This absolutely insane Nocturne jungle player managed to hit diamond with a 96% win rate. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing one of his master tier games so that we can learn and grow our jungle skill sets together. Now we're going to hop right on into the VOD review here. He is of course starting red side here, and we're going to be seeing exactly what he is doing and what his secrets are. Now I want to start with the fact that he has a lethal tempo, very standardized rune setup, and he did start with the green smite. Okay, so he's going to be a little bit extra tanky. I do see some Nocturne players go red smite, but we can see right off the start here, we're going to have action. Both sides had the same idea to go ahead and invade, and we can see that the Karma player did indeed get forced to flash out as she is very chunked. Now we have Shyvana that's walking right into Ezreal and Nocturne here, so we're going to be able to chunk her out and potentially even force her flash and get the kill here. Yes, we do. What a great start to the game here for our Nocturne player. That is first blood, that is a recall, and we're going to be able to start snowballing this game right away here, hoping they don't stop the back. They do not, and we can pick up a long sword right off the hop. And now we can go ahead and start on the top side of the jungle, which Shyvana most likely will not be expecting here. So right off the hop, we do have a phenomenal start, which we're really happy with. I will be going ahead and changing over to just a blue vision, or red vision rather, for Fog of War. We're going to be going to the Raptors here just because getting to the red buff will take just a tad bit longer, and Nocturne clears Raptors very quickly. So we can hit that level 2, and then we can actually look to go ahead and invade. We know that Shyvana started bot side, so taking her blue buff is going to be very free here. So a great move here from our Nocturne right off the hop, just to capitalize on Shyvana's clearing path. We do also have a ward right over here on Shyvana's Raptors, so this is going to be very helpful to know exactly where her clear time is, and we can see the ping the moment she shows on vision there. Everyone is aware of Shyvana and where she is. So we have two options here. We can either greedily take the Gromp, which I think we're going to be doing, or we can go ahead and go back to our jungle. But no reason not to take the Gromp here, just for the sole fact that we know Shyvana's exact clear time, and we actually also know she does not have flash. So once we hit level 3 here, we can take our fear and actually look to potentially fight her for the top Scuttle Crab, which she should be going for. But we can also see that Ahri in the top lane here is playing very far back, so we can look to just add some extra pressure here and look to counter gank the Shyvana, who is going to be looking to gank the overextended Rengar. Now, this is going to be a free kill on the Shyvana. We know that there is no cooldowns on Ahri as well. So if played correctly, we can kill both. A max range Q is landed. Red buff does finish off the Ahri. That, my friends, is a double kill. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to push in this wave to deny Ahri, who does not have teleport, most of that wave. And then we're going to go to our own jungle, clear a couple more camps, and then take the top lane Scuttle Crab. So right off the hop here, we can see we have a massive advantage on Shyvana. We have 2 kills on her. Farm might be equal, but that's going to be changing very soon once we clear out our own jungle, and then we can continue to look to snowball this game. Going for red buff right now, and after red buff, we can then look to take the top lane Scuttle Crab, and then after that, we can look for a reset and to buy a ton of items with our gold. And potentially we could actually also take Raptors before going for the Scuttle Crab, because they did just actually spawn. So very good timing here. Not making maximum use of Nocturne's auto passive there. Got a little greedy, started walking away just a little bit early on the red buff. So we're not going to get the instant auto passive on the Raptors here. And we can see our player here actually makes a slight mistake and decides not to go ahead and get the top lane Scuttle Crab, which in my point of view is not the right move here. We could just signal our bot lane to ward the blue buff if he is worried about the invade happening there, and we can see that Shyvana actually did go ahead and do that. So even despite him going over here, Shyvana does take the bot side of the jungle. Now she might die for this, which would be ideal obviously, but we're also in danger here as well because Ezreal is not quite here yet. So we're going to trade here. We do give a shutdown over to Senna, which is of course ideal. given the situation. Shyvana does die, but we now have Lux who's here as well. So we're going to see if Ezreal can clean up the play here. Nice damage by Karma. Ezreal just barely escapes there. And it looks like Ezreal's going to pick up another kill here, assuming he does not get greedy and throw out his Q. Okay, Lux does end up living there. Unfortunate for Ezreal. He could have played that slightly better, but looks like Lux is actually overextending. So Ezreal is looking to go back here. And our Nocturne might want to go and pick that up, but we're most likely just going to go for the top Scuttle Crab here. We'll see if she's in the bush. She could potentially be in the bush here. And we see that she does overextend and just dies to Ezreal. So I want to remind you guys, this is a master tier level game, and we're seeing this level of mistake. We also see that top lane is actually very far extended. So this could potentially be a kill. We actually have vision on Shyvana. So this is a very free counter gank. We picked up our Iron Spike and we're ready to go in here and fight this. Going in, of course, finishing off the Ahri, and then this is most likely going to be another free kill on Shyvana. Her W is going to be ending in a second. We do have her Q. We just need to get the flash auto. Oh my god, the greed is so real. The amount of mistakes that happen at this rank are absolutely hilarious. This is master tier in North America, guys. I want to make that very clear. If these sort of mistakes are happening at this rank, just imagine how many times you can capitalize on people's mistakes in gold, silver, platinum, emerald, all of these divisions. I guarantee you guys, in those divisions, they are making 10 times the amount of mistakes that they are making at the top 0.01% of players. Now, very important to note here, we're going back to our jungle to do, once again, another full clear. We're going to go to our Raptors here and then look for Lux because she's actually overextended. We see that Lux is just going to recall out in the open, so we can just cancel her back, be a little bit annoying, look to hit level 6 here, and look to make more ganks happen. Of course, with level 6, Nocturne is very potent, so now that we've hit that, and Lux is overextended here, we should look for this. We should look for this kill. We are level 6. That is a free kill on Lux. She has no flash. But once again, he does not go in. Master tier, ladies and gentlemen. That was a free kill. That was a free kill. And he does not go ahead and take it. Instead, he goes and he just lets her clear the wave with her ultimate without flash. We saw her flash. We know she didn't have it up, right? So I just want to make that very clear. And now we're going to reset. So jungle clearing, we can see is all right. Shyvana is actually going to take the Hex Dragon here. We can capitalize on this. We know she's in this bush. This is a very free kill. Once again, another very, very, very clear mistake from Shyvana just to be there. She uses her ult basically for no reason. And that ult's going to go down very shortly here. And then we can simply just look to make more plays happen. Now, Shyvana does not have her ultimate to make plays happen around, ganking. So that's going to be very good for us. Now, we do finish off our stride breaker here, and we are very, very powerful now. So we're going to be looking to ult and get free kills across the map. We can see that Shyvana actually goes back to the dragon again here. She really wants this dragon, and she's actually going to be getting it. Nocturne ulting now could potentially engage here. We are going in on the Caitlyn/Senna, getting the stride breaker slow on both of them. We can see Ezreal with a very nice play here. Lux with the clean double ult there. I'm not sure if she was aiming for the Senna, but she does hit it. And now we can just return to our jungle here. Now, I want to make this point here. If Nocturne had used his ult earlier to kill the Lux, who was very greedily pushed up in the mid lane, that would have allowed the team to rotate over to Dragon in a much cleaner fashion. Most likely also allowed them to chase for Shyvana further when she had escaped over here and ulted and pick up that kill as well. So just little decisions like this have a massive impact on the game. Now we're going to be continuing our full clear, of course, clearing in a linear path, going Wolves, Raptors, most likely red buff then Krugs. But we can see that there's actually a very strange rotation happening on the map here, and Senna's looking to go ahead and actually engage here on the Rengar with Shyvana there. So we're instead going to go ahead and look to counter gank this, being very active on the map. That is a free kill, and if Rengar landed that snare, it would have probably been a triple kill here. But instead we have Shyvana ulting out, which is still something we will take, so that is okay. But yeah, just a level of mistakes that are made at this rank. It's unbelievable. Saving our spell shield for the snare from Lux is what he's doing here. Still has it up. He then uses it. He does actually end up blocking the snare, dodges out on all these skill shots here and baits just long enough for the team to get in. Enemy team overextends on this play quite a bit. Now Rengar's just going to be looking for a bush to hop in on these guys at. He does take a lot of damage here, but he does manage to get in. Very well played mechanically from the Rengar. And of course, during this entire time, we're just going to be taking the objectives because we are objective players as the jungle. We want to take these and get some tower action in here. So overall, a really good bait from the Nocturne. I will say the enemy team did overextend quite aggressively for that play. We're talking about the top 0.001% of players, guys. They're making this level of mistakes, right? It happens. You know, Lux misses her E and her ult. That was enough for this entire play to go very heavily in red team's favor. But if Lux hits her E and ult there, it's a completely different story. It's just these minuscule little details that make a world of difference in these plays. Nocturne spell shielding Lux's Q there allowed that play to happen, right? Little things like that. Because if he gets hit by the Q, then he gets hit by the E, then he gets hit by the R from Lux, he's dead, right? But instead he lives. He saves his spell shield until the very last second. That spell shield is a really important ability, and you always want to be keeping note of who has the CC, who's the biggest threat. Of course, in that situation, it was Lux, and now we're going to ult in on that Lux with Vex at the same time. Very clean play there. We're going to pick that up, and we're going to continue marching forward towards our jungle. Now, we can see that bot lane is playing quite aggressive right now, and we do have vision on Shyvana, who is here. So, as Nocturne, what I really would like to see is a posturing for a counter gank, which is something that we could potentially be seeing here. We can see he's going to just get his double auto, or his passive auto off on Gromp and Blue Buff at the same time to clear them both. Now, we do know Shyvana is here. We do know Shyvana is there, and we want to see Nocturne positioning towards that for the bait. But it looks like he maybe is just playing a little bit far back. Maybe he does not want to take the 3v3. I do think that is very easily won. But regardless, it is what it is. We're just going to go ahead and go to her red buff and meet her there instead, because Shyvana most likely will be returning. Now we can see a lot of pings going down in the bot lane, and we can see that Shyvana was hit by Karma Q. So instead of engaging on that waste of time, Nocturne is simply taking Shyvana's jungle and now setting up a pick on Shyvana, who's now going to be rotating over. We can see Lux does not have any idea of what's going on here, and she's going to die for free. She has no flash here, and we can see that Shyvana is most likely somewhere very close by, potentially looking for a dive in the bot lane. She is, and she's going to go in, and Nocturne is, of course, on his way over there. Now, Shyvana is a very free kill here. Karma should not have walked up there. That was very risky, but regardless, we're going to get this kill, and Karma does take it. We do not like to see that. Karma should have just backed off. There was no reason to stay. Get hit by E there. She gives away a free kill, right? Very risky. Very risky. Once again, another mistake we are seeing in master level gameplay. Now, of course, we're going to make use of Herald here. We're going to push this up. We're going to get a few plates. We're actually going to get this tower. The Herald will leave the tower with just a smidgen of health. Easily enough for us to auto attack it a few times to get it here. And we can see that we just barely do not get the tower because Caitlyn is showing up. And Nocturne may be dead here. That's quite a big slow from Caitlyn. Caitlyn does not have ult though, so she cannot use that. We just barely live there. And now Ezreal is looking to just get some harassment in here, trying to land a few Qs, stalling out for Rengar, who is now ready to one-shot the Senna. Very easy kill for Rengar there. Risk of Rain too goes ahead and gets the kill. Great bait there from the Ezreal. Very well played. Nocturne does overextend a little bit, but the enemy team is unable to punish, so it does not matter. Overall, very good gameplay so far from our Nocturne, who is now 7-2-6. He backs. He is going for a very interesting item here. We see a Caulfield's Warhammer, a pickaxe, and a Kindle gem. Let me know in the comments if you know which item he is actually going to build here. Hint, it is not a Black Cleaver. You guys go ahead and let me know in the comments. Now, this is an item that I think is actually very underrated on Nocturne. If you didn't guess it already, it is indeed Spear of Shojin. Now, we're going to go ahead and capitalize on Ahri, who is overextended here. Nocturne should look to just go up here. No reason to let Ahri just get all that damage on the tower for free. But we can see Rengar is finally here. Rengar has ult in just a couple of seconds. So we're going to be looking to go ahead and go in on this play here. Looks like Ahri managed to get the recall off, so they're no longer going to bother chasing. And now we're going to look to wait for our ult cooldown to come back and make some more plays on the map. In the meantime, we're just going to power farm our jungle, get as strong as we possibly can. Hunting down Shyvana, of course, seeing if she's there. Nice little Q land, and we can get some poke on off on Ahri. Ult is coming back very shortly. We have about 30 seconds on ultimate, so we're just going to wait for that to come up here and continue to look to set up picks. We see middle lane is overextended now, so we're going to go ahead and take that. We have Rengar, we have Nocturne. This is a free kill. So we take those two who overextended once again, making a very, very silly mistake against a Rengar and Nocturne and a Vex. I mean, of course, there's a lot of potential there to catch anyone off. Very silly play by the mid lane and bot lane to extend so far up. And we can see that is a very clean and easy dive on the Caitlyn there. At this point, the enemy team is very tilted and they are making a number of atrociously bad decisions. Senna is sitting at 1-8-4. Very poor scoreline. And we can see the static shift Ahri is now 0-6. I want to say static shift Ahri actually does have the potential to be a decent build. It's just in the right situations. Might seem troll, but yeah, this is a free kill on Ahri here, of course. She is going to ult out, but we do get the fear off, and that's just a couple autos away from a very easy kill to pick up once again. Now, from this point, it's very simple what we do. We look to take Herald. We drop that in the top lane at this point, most likely, because we already got the mid lane inhibitor. And we're just going to siege towers, right? Take every objective that's up on the map. We take every Rift Herald. We take Baron when it's up. We take every Dragon. And we just use the advantage that we've generated at this point in the game to push our lead as much as we possibly can. Now, we can see that Ezreal is looking to get a play here on the Lux with Karma potentially. Nocturne does not have ult. No point in following up on that. Instead, we're just going to be going ahead and clearing out the jungle and denying Shyvana as much experience as possible. Very well played here from Nocturne, making sure to capitalize on every opportunity that Shyvana is unable to enter into the jungle due to the pressure that his team is now putting out. You see Nocturne is also going to be taking this red buff because he can indeed share it now that his jungle item is completed. Ezreal gets that red buff picked up there. And now we're just going to look to go ahead and siege with the Rift Herald. As I was saying earlier, we can get a couple of free towers here. Looking to get this tower hopefully before the Rift Herald crashes. Very good. Now we can look to crash and take the bottom inhibitor here. The enemy team has pretty much at this point just completely given up. Lux trying to make something work here. Unfortunately for her though, her team is just not looking to help out here. They pretty much have written this game off. And this is just going to allow the Rift Herald to crash in and take as much as possible. We see Rengar is just ulted here just to intimidate the enemy team. And this is going to be pretty much a clean victory from here. Overall, there were a lot of lessons to learn from this game. We can see that Nocturne played the game very, very well. He used his early game damage output in great ways to get first blood and also pick up early kills. There were mistakes that were made, but regardless of that, they still won in a very aggressive fashion, winning the game before 20 minutes. So overall, a great game. If you guys had liked today's recap, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.